5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wildly uninteresting podcast. Welcome to episode 55.
Have you guys listened to the Scrubs podcast?
No. Is it good?
Okay. Well, at the beginning of one, Zach
Do they do a shout out to us?
Wildly uninteresting. Now Zach Braff was all like, "All right, count us in," and then Turk, what the hell, Donald Faison was all like, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and then you're just like, no, I want you to count down.
Aw, but I liked it that way.
But that's number 55 of the podcast.
Yeah.
That's welcome to the show. We're a show of thought-provoking nonsense that get you thinking about absolutely nothing that you can listen to when you're bored.
Happy Saturday during the week.
Thought-provoking, mind-numbing.
Mind-numbing. We don't give any actual facts. They're just our version of the facts.
They're fact-based.
Fact-based. Headline news.
We're like the movie of podcasts, but like we're a small indie production where nothing really happens.
Yeah.
So welcome to the show. If it's your first time, like, subscribe, hit the notification button. If it's your 55th time, thank you for listening.
We're all here.
Yeah, we're all here. Welcome to the show.
I haven't even listened to all of them, so I mean, if there's anybody out there that has,
all of them, though.
That's true.
I guess it doesn't count though, because I don't remember anything we talk about. That's why I write it down.
They were talking about you were just talking about Scrubs podcast. And I think it's fun. So the people from Scrubs do the podcast. Is that what you're saying? Okay, never mind.
The dudes who played Turk and JT.
Yeah,
they had Bill Lawrence on episode 3.
Isn't it JD?
No,
they
his name is JD.
It is. What did I say?
T. Or maybe it just sounded like it.
There's a lot of people that
I don't like that show anyway.
Podcasts about already famous stuff. Like, so there's a Gilmore Girls podcast. There's a Scrubs. Yeah. There's one that they're trying to find. Who's that? Gene
Roddenberry
Simmons? Not Gene Simmons. What's the one that's Jufro?
Yeah, that's
Richard Simmons.
Oh, Richard Simmons. Sorry, yeah.
I was like, I know it's
Richard
Simmons, but I don't know.
Yeah, man. So they find something that's already famous, and then they do that. Just like all the sports podcasts and stuff like that, which if you got a good show, that's cool. But I couldn't talk about sports. Kick me in the fucking face, because I don't want to hear nothing about no sports. We've talked about that before, where dudes come up to you and just want to talk to you about, like, who's winning in the NCAA, and they got all their sports stuff. And we noticed, those lift things that they put in the window and it illuminates? Yeah. We realized that we had one in the back of the truck. We never knew this, right? It's I forgot the brand name, but it's a decal.
Oh man, I don't know.
It's like a technological decal that lights up at night in your back window, right? So this person had a UK. I don't like sports, but I definitely don't like UK, right? And
how do you feel about their educational program?
It's there, but it's all the same, man.
All right.
You know what I mean? It's all the same.
Fuck it, it's all tied.
UK, Harvard, Yale, it's all the same.
Yes.
But so this thing was lighting up in the back of the window.
No idea.
And had no idea. And now everybody thinks we're Kentucky fans. You kick me in the fucking face.
There was also a little Kentucky sticker.
Yeah. And
I scraped it off, and it's gone now.
Like a
I
champ.
Definitely don't want to rep Kentucky.
No.
Fuck that.
I feel like they Kentucky fans are a bunch of like hillbilly pieces of shit. You know what I mean? No teeth.
Non-objective.
I'd rather have a swastika on my car than a UK symbol. Take that to the bank.
All right. I'm going to pose a serious situation. I wanted to do this in the beginning of the podcast when it's fresh, right? Okay. Yeah. So I was at work the other day, and something dawned on me, and I kind of want to put it out there to see how you feel about it. Okay. So the thing is, I'm really good at my job, right? I hammer down, I get it done. It's almost like watching a painter paint or a poet write a poem. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm very meticulous when I do my job. I treat it as like it's an art. I'm a professional in it. There's days that I don't fucking feel like going into work, where I'm just like, to hell with this job, to hell with these people. I don't want nothing to do with it, right?
Right.
Well, I was on the way home the other day and I had a rough day, dude, where I had like
Am I ruining
I'd given
your life?
it hell. And it dawned on me that one day will come to where I will not be able to do my job because of old age, because of health. And I got extremely sad at the fact that like no matter how bad one job may suck and one job may be good, no matter how shitty the people are or whatever, one day will come where I won't be able to do that job, physically, mentally incapable of doing that job. And how like detrimental that was to me when I was driving home. Even if you hate your job, like, so I think you like your job though, right?
Well, I mean, at the moment, I kind of want to kill myself and everybody in it, but whatever, it'll pass.
Because of all this
It's
sickness.
certainly situational.
It's situational, yeah.
Well,
Most of the time, yeah.
yeah, for the people, and that's if somebody can comment on this or whatever. Like for the people who like hate their job and stuff, there'll come a day when you cannot work.
Well, it kind of ties into what's going on right now.
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't like going out and doing shit, but now the fact that I can't go out and see a movie if I want to.
Yeah.
It's
I
so
hate it.
funny. I'm the exact opposite. I told him I'm so happy with how things are. I'd be fine if it stayed this way forever.
Right?
It'd be badass. It would be horrible for humanity, but it would be wonderful for me.
85% of the time, I agree with you.
Well, and then that's something that we got into. It's more about the quality of the relationships of the friends that you have instead of the quantity. So you can have a million friends and only one of them be good, or none of them for that fact, right? Or but it's the quality of each friend. So we have, you are very high on that pedestal. Sarah's parents, my parents. We have people that we surround ourselves with. Not a whole lot of friends, but people we can call on and talk to and all that, go through shit with. But not a lot. The quantity is small, but the quality is out of this world.
Is much.
So people I talk to regularly, aside from like mom and dad, and you, of course, would be you and Brittany and Emily that I used to work with. That's it.
I don't feel like, because that's a lot of what true happiness is, like what determines. Harvard did a study. It was like a 75-year study with these a large group of men, right? And the half of them were from poverty, like the Brooklyn, like the lowest, like lowest of low. And then they got the highest of high, people who went to Harvard and Yale, and through all
rich
this
neighbors.
Surprisingly, at the end of this thing, like what they come down to saying, overall, what true happiness was the relationships you have in your community, the community you've built of people that you surround yourself with. And I thought that was pretty cool, but like we're introverted in that sense. Like I don't give a shit about going out and like partying or drinking or like having a bonfire with you. I don't want to bond. Like, you know what I mean?
I don't want to bond.
I'm like cool
If
sitting
we
at the
want to have a
house.
bonfire, we'll do it at our house.
Yeah. I'm in my backyard. We're,
Just the two of us.
I think people put too much emphasis on like all the people that they put around them and not like who they're putting around them. You know what I mean? But
Absolutely.
it dawning on me that the job, like there'll come a day, like when I'm in that zone where if I'm pulling that wire and, making terminations and it's all just going together real quick. Even the times where like I'm working through a huge problem on the job, you know what I mean? Yeah. When it sucks the worst, I'm enjoying myself because I'm good at it. I feel like I'm very good at it. But
it's fun to you.
Yeah.
You enjoy doing it. It's like a big puzzle.
But even on the worst days, like it dawned on me, like I will envy those worst days. I will envy the shittiness of it and the good part of it when I can't do it. I'm afraid of when I get to 70 or 80.
That's why you do what Seinfeld did and go out while you're still good. Retire while you still can do it. And then just don't think about it.
Yeah, then it's your choice.
Then it's your choice.
I would say, too, that a lot of times anyway, I would hope, when you get to that age that you want to stop working. I mean, maybe not. Maybe there's a lot of people who are pissed off that their company pushed them out and they want to keep working. But I would hope that some people are like, okay, good, because I'm tired. I want to just sit back and chill.
There's a hell of a lot of people that do it out of necessity. Like I know 70-year-old dudes in the trade that are just killing themselves working because they don't have a backup plan. They were just paycheck to paycheck, and I got to work until I die. Like that's it.
At least dudes like that, if they're not surrounded by complete pieces of shit, like they just have the young dudes that are doing everything. They're just happy to have his old ass around.
Hell yeah.
Hey, that'd be something to look into, especially like growing this company. And if we had like say 10 guys working for us, right? And I'm like 80, going, rolling around in wheelchairs, smoking a cigar, like you pieces of shit, get to work. You know what I mean? Like if I'm that, I think I'm okay with that being that guy, because then you get like it's the knowledge of the older man,
Yeah.
But I don't want to be that dick older man that's like I know it all. You ain't nothing but a young punk.
You're
piece
absolutely going to be that person.
Yeah.
I will.
You can do it in a cool way. Just have your cigar. You just like slap the side of your wheelchair, and you're like, "Come on, young buck, let me learn you something."
You better not smoke cigars as an old man.
Somebody roll me around and it's
Yeah.
like, take
I'll
my
roll you
pants
around.
off.
It'll just take us forever to get anywhere. I'll be like real slow.
Telling
Yeah,
you.
Awesome.
I forgot that you were going to be old in that scenario too. I pictured you as
Like
you
me
are now.
Yes.
I was like, you pretend to be a robot while you push his old ass around.
I just say, she's getting she was like on the ground a minute ago. She went to get up and it sounded like some old bitch.
I was like, oh. I make that sound every time I get up from anywhere. And now I don't know what happened.
You know what
Yeah,
though?
it's becoming that.
Yeah.
When I'm on the job and stuff and I'm like bending over for a connector and stuff, I'll let out like a for no reason.
For no reason. I was
Like,
getting ready to say
habit.
sometimes it's just a habit. It's like I feel like I have to do something when I'm. What is
'cause
that?
I'm putting in effort. I want people to know that there's effort being put
So
forth.
like, even
Yeah.
if there's nobody around, like around the house, if I bump into like a doorway, I'm
Say,
like,
ah.
Yeah.
like who's that for?
Well, yeah.
The cat doesn't care.
Who's that for? What if Tech just looked at you one day and was like, "What happened, brother?"
Hey, have you ever like knocked your hand on something or whatever and then went like, ow, knowing it didn't hurt,
didn't
but
hurt?
you're like, that's
All
the
the
immediate.
time.
I think that's part of the reticular activating system, the
Yeah, where
system
it's
that's
Just automatic.
It's automatic. It's there. Yeah.
For sure. I would bet money that's what that is.
Bet.
I bet. Because I do every time I get up. I'm like, oh, making sounds and shit. And sometimes, like, my knees are stiff if I've been sitting Indian style or something. So it's, warranted. But otherwise, no.
Maybe it's the kind of thing like where your body knows, but your mind has shut off that connection to that feeling.
Yeah.
So like you don't even feel it. It's your base level, and your body's just like, come on now.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
sometimes my face will turn red, like I should be embarrassed by something, but like I'm not.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah.
my body is just, dude, you should be embarrassed.
know
should
what?
be
Lady,
embarrassed.
your knees should be killing you, but it's not.
Be embarrassed for yourself.
My body does that too. The blushing when I'm not embarrassed, like drawing attention to me. So like when we used to have staff meetings, I'm a talker at work anyway. I talk too much, and I would say something and I would blush. But like I'm choosing to talk. No one's calling on me. No one's making me do it. I chose to say the words coming out of my mouth, and I'm blushing. I'm bright red. I can feel it. My face is hot. It makes no sense.
like, what the fuck is this
that makes
about?
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, because even though like you made the decision, your body and you have been programmed to blush in that instance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like your body knows, like you want to make the decision, your mind does, but your body knows, like I don't feel comfortable doing this. So
I guess too, it's like knowing people are looking at me. So, and I don't like that. I remember at a AA meeting one time, I was leading the meeting. So, I'm up in front of everybody, reading the stuff, calling on people. And I just all of a sudden was so aware that there was a room of like 80 people staring at me. And I messed up and I laughed hysterically and I said, I can just feel you all looking at me. And I blushed. I'd done it a million times. And nope, it's just that day I was so aware.
does it
That
go
damn
from
day.
person to person to like get out of that? So there's sometimes if I'm really, really nervous, like I'll speed up my speech, like it's sped up. And I'll have to stop, even though like right in the middle of a sentence, and just like take the deepest breath and try to calm that breath and that heart. And I just wonder if like it's different for everybody. Because me, I have to stop, or I'm just gonna go and go and go until I have a heart attack.
then I tend to think I'll just become unbearable.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, all right, let's start over.
I would say it's definitely person to person. I'm sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah.
My mouth is salivating. I say it's definitely person to person, though, in terms of what their thing is.
Yeah. That's
if they have a thing.
When I was doing comedy, man, that's one thing I try to get over it. And I thought drinking would like help it, like a few beers. No, it kind of made it worse because then I got off track a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
that could be fun though.
I got off track a whole lot. It didn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
That's yeah. Go ahead. Do you have some?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's not along the lines of this. I've just had it in my brain and I'm wanting to bring it up. Is it okay?
Yeah.
It's changing the subject completely.
Who gives shit? Say.
Okay. Yo.
Did you hear that Elon Musk? Yeah. He's been claiming to have donated 1,000 ventilators to all these hospitals, and he hasn't.
What?
He donated a bunch of cpap and I guess BPAP is the other one machines, but he's claiming that he's donating ventilators.
He doesn't know what the hell he's giving them. He's like, here's some supplies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I donated ventilators.
That's
So
pretty funny.
what?
Yeah.
Did he donate anything though?
Yeah, BPAP
Okay.
and CPAP machines. Did I say that?
No. Yeah, but it wasn't making it clear. But so,
I don't know what the difference is.
Oh,
Yeah.
the
did
ventilator
donate
actually
something.
goes into your lungs, and
Yeah.
CPAP and BPAP are for your nose and your mouth and stuff. So if you
are
see
people
someone,
complaining about it?
yeah, because they're saying it's well, no, they're not complaining because they can still use them.
I was just say he's
But-
giving them something.
But he's doing it specifically for COVID-19, and you need ventilators for that. So
You think Elon Musk too would be on that? Like he should know the difference, right? He's
Or at
not
least
like
have
some
somebody
idiot.
around that knows.
Yeah. There's. Have you ever seen someone with what's it called, sleep apnea, and they have to wear
Yeah.
that machine? That's the CPAP or the BPAP. It could be
Yeah.
either one. It just depends. That's yeah.
He's just like donating them. He's like, they're ventilators, bro. Don't ask no questions.
Don't
I feel like
ask
that's,
those
that's the
questions.
kind of thing I'd be saying. Like if I gave somebody like a pan,
Yeah.
but instead I called it a pot. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
And
I
plus,
guess
they're
I could
super.
understand that.
Those are super expensive. So why are they complaining? Like at least
Well,
he's giving
because
something.
a CPAP is like 2,000 to 5,000, and a ventilator is 20 to 50,000. Is a big difference. They're both expensive, yes, but
You know, that's the business you need to be in, like medical
Ventilators?
supplies and shit. I'm telling you, man, it blows me away how much they charge. Remember, we got a pair of crutches after the wreck, and that
the
shit
walker.
was like $500, dude. $500
like
for a
why?
walker.
I think
You could get out of here with that shit. It was like bitch ass aluminum too, with
Mm-hmm.
like it didn't serve no purpose. I could have broke it with my fist, and it just hardly it creaked all the time. It had messed up wheels. So it's $500.
It did have messed up wheels.
$500. You get out of here. You gotta get out of here with
Get
this.
out of here.
But we need to be in that business. Because look, what if we made it $450? Look, we made it $50 less. It's selling like hotcakes and walkers.
$45,000.
Yeah. Well, either way.
Oh, you're talking about the walker. I'm stupid.
Yeah. Waka.
The waka. I'm dumb. See, I don't get anything today.
Yeah, man. There's something going on with you
I
today.
don't know what happened to my brain.
Getting things is stupid.
It's so overrated.
I've been kind of, my brain has been mush, kind of really.
Yeah.
You know, and yesterday, like I was just kind of like staring off into space, and Kayla's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I'm daydreaming." She's like, "What are you daydreaming about?"
Just daydream.
Nothing really.
Yeah. Just
You
stare.
ever, there's
day.
a lot of times if Sarah look over me, except like if I'm driving or something, I always think I'm deep in thought. But when she asks me like, "Yo, what are you thinking?" I'm like, nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I couldn't tell you.
No, just seeing how long I can stare at a single point
Yes.
without like dying. I guess I don't know, but it's weird. I wonder if like our brains are just like, yo, I don't feel like working.
I know it feels like you're thinking about something that's really deep, and then you just can't articulate it. And it's like,
Yeah.
am I just kind of moving shit around in the ether, hoping something to kind of
Yeah.
Right.
That's
sifted
exactly.
through, and there it is. I mean, that's kind of a thing.
Or is your brain
Kind of a thing.
or is your brain like zoned out thinking about itself? And it doesn't have time to think about your ego and stuff. It's just thinking about itself. It's like, I'm taking a me day. Okay.
Yes. These are my functions. They're working fine. Everything's communicating. All right.
Yeah, that's what it's doing, man. It's taking a me day for sure. So you were talking before the podcast, like you went to try to write somewhere, right? Yeah. So what were you trying to write? So you drive. Right, you go
walk
park
us through
somewhere.
the process.
But I'm saying, like, so what was the point of driving somewhere? Does the location help you write better?
Well, it's just I wanted to get away from everything.
Right.
Just kind of find a nice little scenic area. I could just relax and get there.
Stare off in the middle of nothing. Just that's weird. I tried when I'm writing lyrics. I like to drive and do it. I feel like it helps me remember them too, because the act of driving, it makes me focus harder on like singing or rapping or something like that.
I feel like my brain is more active in a vehicle too. Whether I'm the passenger or the driver, I feel like it moves more.
Yeah.
Like
there's something about the process.
Even with conversation, I feel like we talk more in a vehicle than we do at the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that? I think that's what something.
External shit's moving, internal shit's moving too.
Yeah, but riding in the car, I like that a lot better though.
The lyrical thing makes sense. It's like like listening to music in your car is awesome.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you can come up with cool shit that's inspired by that motion, then it seems cool.
I think too, like at the house, you have one scenery, right? It's
Right.
the house you see it every day. I think your brain switches off the moment you walk into the door. And it's like it's chill time. We're at the house, right?
Yeah.
But in the car, say you don't like where you're at right now, you can't get in the zone. Well, you can always drive 10 minutes up the road.
Else. Yeah.
Try to find somewhere else. There a good place. Sarah used to work at this methadone clinic. Mm-hmm. That was an awesome place to go and think and write and do, because all these crazy weirdo like crackhead, fantastic people. I loved them. They were awesome, man. But you go and watch them, and they do the weirdest shit. Like
it's definitely a very interesting crowd.
When I walk through the world, right?
Right, like you do.
A lot of times when I'm going into place, I kind of envision like other people are gonna see me, so my ego's already like, all right, man, keep it together. Don't shit your pants or anything, right?
Just keep your sphincters
keep
tight.
Your shit together. Like I have this internal voice. It's like, yo, let's walk straight here. Don't stumble. You don't shit your pants. And then, but them, it's almost like they live in their own world, right? They do the weirdest shit, and it baffles me.
I would say too, going into that building, because there's a very they're not all the same, that's for sure. But they have certain behaviors that it's like they click on when they walk in the building and out of the building. So it's like a vortex of the specific behaviors. There's like 10 of them. And they all come out of everybody exactly the same when they're in or outside the building. And then once they're like outside that vortex, they're back to being normal.
Yeah, it is
it's
a weird
some wild
place.
shit.
I remember the weirdest thing, like on drugs, and when you're like detoxing or you're going to get the drugs, like the only thing on your mind is like taking that substance. So anything from not having it to having it is oblivious. You don't give a shit about nothing else.
Well, I'm glad you
just
said
like,
shit, because it's also like when you got to take a mad fat dump and you're out and about. You
don't care about
you're
nothing.
Like, fuck it, I don't care.
Yeah.
Giraffes
Absolutely.
don't give a shit.
No.
You don't,
There could be one in the middle of the road and be like, got a shit, sorry.
Yeah, people want to stop and take. No, we're not talking today.
If you don't want to get hit, man, spread your legs. Otherwise, it's taking them out.
Yeah, that's but yeah, like that's something that baffles me, right? I always feel less productive at the house. Like if I come home and I go straight to sitting down, I know for a fact, unless I really focus on doing something, I'm just going to chill out and probably not get nothing done. But it sucks because that's your time. Like when you're home, it's your time to fix things or mow the grass or, sharpen the lawnmower blades and stuff like that. But when you get, I wonder what that is that's like you going out of the apartment or the condo to write. it's probably because
Thanks for not disrespecting its name.
there you go. I'm there for you, man.
He's like, wait, he's above that.
Going outside of the condo to write is more of I gotta get out of this space that's normal. You know what I mean? Like the house is so normal, I think, that we just become comfortable and we're like, oh, we can chill here. You've taught your brain that this is where I sleep.
Like whenever like first moved in, it was kind of like, all right, new place, new thoughts. Let's But then once you've been there for a minute, it's like, well, this is just all right.
How long would you say that lasted though? That newness.
I don't know, a month.
4 days.
That's I can see it. Like,
It usually takes me a little longer to settle in because I don't really know where I want my shit, and then but
Kinda
then once
moves.
it's there, I'm like, all right, here's where it's gonna be.
It ain't gonna move for years now, boy.
Yeah, and then I think
That's
about
right.
moving stuff, and then I'm like, well, that's uncomfortable. I'll forget where that is.
No one wants to do that. To hell with that. No one wants to.
I know. I feel, which I mean, I like not doing anything. So when I do nothing, I'm happy with it. But I don't know. I also really like being in the house because I feel like I accomplish a lot. But everything I do is in this house. Like my job is, I don't do anything else other than work and cook and clean. I'm a housewife essentially.
Yeah, you are.
And I work from home and I clean the home and I cook in the home. The only thing I have to leave for is the rare instances I have to do business things and then go to Kroger.
Yeah.
So I
Kroger
can
and
cook
Walmart,
the
boy.
food. Or the Dollar General because I can afford
you-
everything in there.
Which
That's
now I know where it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great. It's so super close.
So super
I
close.
came in from the other way. I
Yeah.
went through like Ditchville or like Finchburg or whatever.
Oh, yeah,
the fuck it is.
Finchville.
Yep.
Yeah, that area. It was
It's
like,
a nice area, man. It's a good drive. That's a
It's
good one.
wonderful.
If you ever need to clear your head, go down Bardstown out here or Taylorsville. It'll help you clear your mind. There's a lot of back road shit,
Hell
Hell yeah.
farms
Hell
and
yeah.
stuff.
My ear itches. All right.
Good now, bro. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, I was going to say something, but it might give away where we live, so I won't.
Yeah. But anyway, I think those back roads will get you. And that's what quite often, dude, like I'll just look at her and like, yo, I'm going to take a drive because it clears me up. It makes me feel like I'm doing something and getting back on track to whatever. And if I found this out too. Like if I'm at the house, I'm chilling and I'm in that zone where I'm like, I'm just going to chill out. If I hop in the car, go out for a drive, and then get it on my mind, like I'm not going to go in the house or nothing. I'm going to go straight to the garage. I'm going to cut a board and put a board up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I go straight into doing something, I'm going to do it. But not if I come in and sit down, forget about it. Forget about it.
I
You
like
know?
that you specifically said cut a board.
You never know when you have to use
I
that
need
board.
these boards. I
Yeah.
cut boards every day.
You can build a shelf. You know what I
It's
mean?
awesome.
A chair.
Build
A
a
small
bottom
table.
shelf.
I just bottom shelf. It baffles me, man, about the house. And I always thought, well, maybe we have like molds hiding somewhere that makes me tired and lazy when I get home. I feel like a piece of shit for that. But no, I don't think there's
For
any.
me personally, it's not until I go into my bedroom.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like, as long as I stay in the
yeah.
living room, kitchen area, I'm fine. But
Yep.
nope.
No.
You
As
go
I
in the
cross
bedroom,
that
it's done.
threshold,
I think, though,
fuck that.
once you're home, like, you don't have a lot of stuff that has to be done. I mean, especially like, anyone who's regularly doing things at the house, so like cleaning and, basic stuff like that, you don't have a lot of things to do. You cut the grass, like once, however often.
Yeah.
Okay, that's done. You take the trash down once a week. Okay, well, that's done. Like, there's not a bunch of stuff that has to be done.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. There's just not anything
is.
to do that has to be done. There's a lot of things to do.
There are options,
Yeah.
but they're not required.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a good way to get out of your head going and parking somewhere. There's a park right around the thing, Parklands. It's all Floyd's Forks is what they call it. Dude, it's so vast. Like the park
That's
goes
what I was
on
telling him.
thousand miles.
Vast
Forever.
The
Everywhere
place I
you've been
told him
never
to
end.
go is like the opposite side of where you used to go and sit.
Yeah, there's like they have a silo that you can climb to the top of that and go and just feel the breeze and stuff. It's so weird. I'm not like a hiker. I don't want to go out and hike and stuff, but I feel like just stepping outside and feeling like the air and all that. Like you can tell how much nature does for the human body.
That's why I like sitting with the front door open.
Yeah.
I love it. Makes me happy. I can be in the house if I want and excuse me, and still feel like the wind coming in and everything and experience the outside, and then I can easily access the outside. With the one door versus two.
There's
so
an
much
extreme
easier.
amount of like I think the atoms in the air are not as still outside. And the way they're more energized because of the
it's
sunlight.
life. There's life out there.
Yeah. And it feeds it gets all up in you.
You got life all up in you. You got life all up in you.
Man,
Life all up in you.
You know?
Yeah.
it's like you were just morphing into a pirate talking about life out there. I'll be a space pirate soon.
Yeah, we were both eyeballing you hard too, which was really nice.
Well, you know what sucks though? We went we bought these like custom bowling balls for bowling, custom shoes and shit.
Yeah.
We bowled 2 times, one day after another. We got the ball drilled and then we had to drill it again, and then we got to go on a Saturday, right? And then immediately they shut everything down.
Yeah,
So we haven't been bowling with it, and it sucks dicks. A whole bag of dicks.
A whole bag of them.
Got his ball out and just held it the other
And
day.
held it. I was like, thought of what
smelled
could have
it.
been. And then now I'm looking into like, well, what would it take to build a do-it-yourself bowling? You would be surprised that not a lot of people have an at-home bowling alley.
Why would I be surprised by that?
I was
Everybody should
surprised.
have one.
I thought everybody would.
Yeah.
But all the rich and
It's
famous had it.
definitely. If we ever get rich, we're having a bowling alley in our home.
Fuck yeah.
You know
cool.
what sparked my love for bowling? Have you ever seen the
balls.
movie Kingpin?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
tell me that. If you go to watch that with what's
wait.
his name?
Actually, no, I haven't
Woody
seen
Harrelson.
Kingpin.
Woody Harrelson, but
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray. And he has the
Who else?
He has the comb over and shit, and he's like, just his whole performance in that movie struck my love for bowling. I just love that movie. For
Yeah.
whatever, Woody Harrelson for sure.
Well, yeah.
But the Amish dude getting the tattoo on his back and shit, like I love that movie with a passion. If you haven't seen it, go see it.
I think it's funny. I don't share your passion for it, but I'm glad it
It's
exists.
more the bowling. Yeah, it's more the bowling aspect of it,
Yeah.
and it's just that on top of it being funny as shit. I was just like, I love it.
I'm more of a Big Lebowski kind of guy.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
I mean, it's not like we have to have a battle about it, but
No, we do have to.
You
Well,
know,
we can if you want.
I just drew the
If you want
line.
to fight, we can't. Hey,
Go.
Rabble.
I didn't see that movie until I was a lot older. So I think the love came from like I was young, my dad loved it, and I was like, yo. But the thing that came from it was the love of bowling, and man, I would crumple up fucking newspaper and make newspaper pins, and I was white trash for sure, but
No, it's passion.
yeah,
That's
it was
what it is.
passionate,
Yeah.
passionate.
I made
Oh.
bowling for his birthday.
Yeah,
not
you
made
did.
not made out of newspapers, but
Yeah, dude, they were
Say-
dope.
I just kind of think of I don't know, like that movie Encino Man,
Yes,
because I kind of associate that with Kingpin. Not like always, but only in the sense that like you're younger than me, and I feel like it came about the same time, you know. So Encino Man, I was out the other day and I saw this beer. It's called Wease the Juice.
Yes.
Yeah. So I had to buy
Did you
that.
try it?
Yeah.
Shut up. Was it
It's
good?
an IPA, but it's like it's actually kind of refreshing for an IPA.
Really?
interesting.
Yeah,
I'm
'cause
definitely
it's
gonna
not-
try.
It's not just ooh hops. Eat this. It was actually a little fruity and refreshing. So yeah.
It's awesome, dude. That I was watching something, Comedy Central, maybe not. Anyway, it's a YouTube thing where they get these like famous people or the comedians and they tell these stories, but then they make a cartoon animation
Oh, yeah.
for it.
This
And it
shit's
was Pauly
awesome.
Shore talking about his first mushroom trip and whatever. I'm a Pauly Shore fan through and through. No, you can't tell me anything. You can't. If you say that Pauly Shore is not funny, you can eat 2 dicks.
You remember we went to that thing
2 of 'em.
at the Rustic Frog specifically
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
Pauly Shore was hosting it.
And he bounced out before I ever got a chance to
Man.
see him. Ain't that about a bitch?
Well, I saw him at the Improv downtown.
You're a dick.
He was awesome, but the thing is this:
Here's
You brought
the
up
thing.
the deal about the rustic frog. We went for the Puddle of Mud was there.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the video of their cover of that Nirvana song?
No.
Oh my God!
Is it terrible?
It is
Tell me
so
it's terrible.
bad.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Oh,
Yeah,
everybody
write that
should
down
watch
because I'm
that.
gonna watch it.
It's like
We'll put a link in.
I think it was
Is that on YouTube?
what, about a girl or is that the
no,
song?
dude.
I don't know. I
That's terrible.
Yeah.
don't really
everybody
know any
check it
Nirvana
out
songs
because like
offhand,
it
though.
is. You could just he's trying.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's pained.
Oh,
It's horrible.
If you go back and watch anything from like they got famous for like a quick little second, and anything after that point where he just got locked up the first time was so like it was baffling.
It's like he stopped
how
caring.
terrible his shows were.
I'm just gonna do shit. I
Yeah.
don't even care.
People went for it like
and I
they
can
would.
respect that, but have a good show every once in a while.
Yeah,
Right.
please.
Every now and then. I think he did a free show one year. At Jillian's, he was famous, and that was when I was younger. Then he did a free show at what is it? The fair, right? And dude, it was so bad. They had him on the front page of the news the next day, and they had him because he laid on the stage. He laid there and was singing while he's laying down. He was like, "Fuck this," and
I bet he was on Xanax.
oh, dude,
He's like, I just don't
hopefully.
even give a fuck.
he's a sight to see. But look, they said that he got sober and all that, so maybe
He's
maybe
just a
not.
dick.
A lot of people say a lot of things.
Or he could seriously just not have given a fuck. Maybe
Yeah,
he
that's
was
true.
sober and
That-
he's like, I have a stupid contract. I'm contractually bound to do this stuff, and I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't want it to.
No, that one. This I was really sad that all that went down with Puddle of Mud. I really enjoyed him when I was younger, and the only reason is because I had to sit outside the gate because I was too young to go to Jillian's his show, and he'd come running up to the gate because my mom yelled at him like a white trash bitch.
Yeah.
And dude came up to the thing and was like legit excited to be on stage and to be playing his music, and that faded so quick after the drugs.
Hell
Ain't that
yeah.
crazy how
The
quick
drugs ate his soul.
Dude, you could just see, you've met people that's what they were meant to do. Mm-hmm. And it faded. He started doing drugs, getting locked up, and that was the end of it. Like, he got evicted from a house, like, that he stopped paying for and shit. And he went to jail, and he lost the house. And then he broke back into that house when it was sold to somebody else and was like, this is my house, and I live here, and try to, like, bombard his way and
Shut
stay.
up.
It's been a while,
They
but
tried to bomb them.
yeah, man.
Bomb.
He's a sight to see, but people used to go to his show just because they knew it was going to be an
I
attraction.
want you guys to watch it right now, but I know it's just
Well,
Yeah.
podcast's over.
Yep.
We're going to go watch
End
this
it.
video.
Let's get it.
Yeah, no, we have that right there. I'll put in the thing. I think I asked. It was on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
No, you asked.
Okay.
You can find it.
I
yeah.
don't know where it is, but yeah.
Cool.
I'll get it for you for
It's
sure.
the kind of crap though. Like if Ryan Adams did that shit, I'd eat it up. He could do anything. Like, all right, I love it.
It's really disappointing.
your mouth.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Balls. I was
You know,
like, why
though-
would he put balls in your mouth?
Permission to come aboard.
I think no matter what, everybody can. There's always that one artist that you have a guilty pleasure for. That like not
What
everybody
does
likes.
that have to do with
Ryan.
Ryan Adams? What does that have to do with him? He's not a guilty pleasure.
We're not talking about
motherfucker.
Ryan Adams
No.
anymore.
That
That's
triggered
like-
something.
Okay, that's like if Casino comes on TV, right?
Yeah.
It's a long ass movie that Sarah probably don't want to sit through for the 30th time,
I
right?
absolutely do.
But it's a guilty pleasure. Same as like if Monty Python came on, I'd be watching that shit. It's a guilty
don't-
pleasure.
To me, a guilty pleasure is something that you know is terrible.
Yeah,
Oh.
see,
and
that's why I
enjoy
took
anyway.
offense to the. Yeah.
Oh, is that the? I
Yeah,
guess the
because I
true
mean, a
statement
guilty
of it?
pleasure, it's like, yeah, I love the shit out of this Mandy Moore album,
Yeah.
but I know I
Oh.
shouldn't because
Yeah.
it's
I got you.
lame.
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
well,
what
then
I
it's
think
different.
anyway. I mean, maybe it's not, but that's what I always thought it was. I'm gonna say Casino's badass.
Yeah.
Monty
So-
Python maybe because it's not for everybody. Now, personally, I enjoy Monty Python,
Yeah.
but I could see Monty Python being a guilty pleasure for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I
I'm
guess
just
if you're-
saying-
if you're a normal person and like your
Yeah.
favorite movie is Monty Python and the Holy Grail, like,
That's I guess what I'm saying is like he's not popular in the sense that he's popular. You know what I mean? He's kind of like an indie artist, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Is he on a major label or an indie label?
He has been, but now he's not.
Yeah, he does an indie deal.
Because he wanted to put out more shit than they would let him.
Yeah.
So he was like, I'll just do it myself.
Really? They didn't want him to put out more?
Yeah.
We want to limit you.
Yeah.
Don't put stuff out because we don't want to make that much money.
Well, they didn't want to saturate the market.
They don't,
Like, if
yeah.
you're putting out shit all the time, nobody's going to be able to soak it up and buy all of
Everybody
it.
will soak it up and buy
I mean,
it.
to be
I
fair,
don't
the
know,
amount of
man.
shit that he puts out, it's a little hard. Well, it's not now,
Yeah.
but it used to be hard for me to keep up. I
Yeah.
was like, fuck, dude.
Well, they say it's saturate the market, but
Yeah.
okay, especially in today's age, right? Because we want it more and more and more. Every time I find an artist, I'm like, I want to find them 4 CDs deep because I want to listen to this shit. And I don't want to wait
Everything.
3-4 years for a good record to come out. So I hope they have already have a list. But when it comes to like, okay, Rick and Morty, right? They play that shit to an extreme, like we're gonna make them wait for it, and then you come out with a shitty 4th season,
Yeah, and
you
I
asshole.
feel like they do it on purpose too, like because they make it a point to like put in their shows that it's going to be another 4 years before the next season is out.
Yeah.
They say it because
So there's a fine line between
They're
not
fucking with
saturating the thing and not being
Being
a
a dick.
cocksucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And that's the thing. Like I can understand. I want you to slow play it so that I get that fit. I can't wait. I'm excited. But also I don't want to be too, or I'm just gonna forget about it. I'm like, to hell with them, dude. They didn't
Yeah.
care enough to put it out for me.
oh, what is this, a new band?
It's all about me.
It's
me,
all
me,
about
me.
me.
We should start a
Oh,
record
shit.
label, and any band that comes along, we say, okay, we'll sign you, but we're not releasing your first album until you have 4 in the chamber.
Yeah, for
Ooh,
sure. That's
that'd
a
be a
good
good
idea. I
That's
would definitely be on board with that.
that'd be hard to do though, because how do you know that the first one would be a big seller? What if your first one comes out sucks? Then the 4 you got in the chamber suck dick too, because nobody's gonna listen to them because the first one was terrible.
Let's just listen to 1 and 3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
2 and
it.
4, it's like they'll sell
They're
themselves.
questionable.
Yeah.
I gotta quit. Is
Or they're not questionable. The others are.
Is It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia? Is that still on TV, or did they finally end those?
No, it's still on.
Really?
Yeah.
See that one?
What season is it?
It's way up in like 12, 13, something like that.
That's cool because
Uh,
I was thinking 12, but
yeah.
I'm not positive.
It's way up there, and that's like that show, right? Like I got really into it because nobody around me watched it, and I had all the seasons of it back when like you bought DVDs. Which nobody does that anymore. But
Man, I thought about buying 2 yesterday.
really?
Yeah.
I like having that
Yeah.
thing. That's why people are going back to the vinyls, right?
Yeah.
I assume that's the
Laser
thing for
disc
it.
is next.
You think so?
No.
I had a buddy that he bought a laser disc player.
Yeah.
And he bought like one laser disc, which was Led Zeppelin, of course,
Of course.
because that's
of
all they
course.
listen to. And
It's like having Duck Hunt and Mario with an NES.
and he was like, yeah, man, these are gonna be worth a whole lot of money one day because people are gonna go back. I'm like, no, I can
No,
understand like a
never.
vinyl, like a first publish of like somebody who gave a shit about somebody back then,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But not
Yeah,
laser
not
disc.
laser disc.
That was
I
a
don't know,
film.
man.
That's
They
like
didn't
somebody
even-
saying, I got this Dreamcast the other day. One day it's going to be worth money. It wasn't worth money when it came out, you piece of shit.
Well, and they didn't even put everything out on Laserdisc. Everything that was
What,
out
they have
during
like
that
5
time.
videos.
Yeah, there was not even that much.
Oh, they didn't do videos in it. It was music only? Or did they do movies?
Laserdisc was movies.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. I don't know if they did. They probably didn't put any music out on Laserdisc, like concerts or anything.
Not that I'm aware of.
No, if they weren't even putting all the movies out on Laserdisc, they're definitely not
Yeah.
putting music.
I just think like whenever it comes to Laserdisc, I just think of like a Bad Day at Black Rock or whatever. So
Mhm.
Paul Thomas Anderson talks about like a commentary track on that because like apparently that's where commentaries began.
Oh.
But yeah, he talks about that
I
one
didn't know that.
specifically. He's like, this dude's commentary on this can give you more about filmmaking than film school. So
Oh,
just listen
really?
to this track.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
That's all. I guess that's what those commentary things are for, because you kind of get in the mind of like the director
Mhm.
or the actor, whoever's commentating on each
Yeah.
episode or
I
whatever.
love commentary. We still haven't watched that commentary from Rick and Morty.
I've watched all the episodes of Always Sunny from 1 to 7 with commentary,
Yeah.
and I love it. But I
It's
loved
great.
it. But I really have to like love something to be like, I gotta hear him talk about it. Like if it was a bunch of bowlers talking about bowling
Yeah.
while watching bowling,
Nah, I just moved
I'd
it
jerk
over
off.
a quarter inch to the right.
oh yeah, you got it. Yeah, look
Look
at
at that
look
quarter inch.
Look at that hook.
There are
him hooking.
14 seasons of It's Always Sunny.
Damn. Hey, and it
did
was,
not know
I
that.
think, still it's the lowest budget of any show. I know they
Seems
started off that
reasonable.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can like think about that. Like you can, if your shit is good, it doesn't matter how big. Look at what is it? Trailer Park Boys, right? They did, in the beginning. I have a tough
There's a
time going back
camera.
and watching that old shit because it's not like produced. But I like those guys so much. I'm like, yeah, I'll give it a shot. And I've watched all those. Like, well, most of them.
Yeah.
There might be 1 or 5.
I don't need all the bells and whistles when people talk about, I mean, sometimes, yeah, of course it's good. It's not like I just want to watch everything with like one video camera and
Oh yeah.
you know, throw in shit and then, oh, that's the special effect.
There was an artist that you all showed me, and the recordings were like, it sounded like they did it in a garage. They were a bigger band. I forgot who it was, but you all showed it to me, or you did, and but the recording was sketchy. Like, you know, you could hear the echoes from the drum in the garage and all that.
Yeah.
But then when they went to produce a big record, it kind of come out like shit
Yeah,
because
it's not the same.
it's not that feeling that you fell in love with. You know what I mean? So
I really like that.
I think if your shit's good, you don't have to have all the bells
Yeah,
and
you
whistles.
don't need it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why I try to like when it comes to having like equipment or say we bought $300 drums. Well, there's $30,000 drums somewhere, I'm sure.
Right.
So that's what you have to toss up. Like, it's not the drums that make you a good whatever. It's you practicing and making the drums sound good.
Yeah, if you happen to have a good set, then cool. But,
Yeah.
you know.
So
You
you
don't
can
need that.
always, with any drum set, you can buy new drum heads and make that work accordingly, because new drum heads will make anything sound at least better. Maybe not excellent, but better.
Better, yeah.
Get
But
good
that-
ones.
I always thought that way about like guitars because we did, that's one thing we had in the house that was pretty good. And you don't need, I always wanted like a Les Paul. You don't need that. You got to learn how to play and make a shitty guitar sound good
Yeah.
before you want to go buy one of those.
But then sometimes, like, if you have like a really shitty guitar and a really shitty amp, you kind of have to tailor your music to that specific tone. It's like, oh, I've got these pop songs in my head, but all I have is a shitty ass guitar.
Yeah, I can see that.
You can make it work, but it's just gonna take a little more effort.
That the drums, I was thinking about that the other day. I was listening to this guy on a Thrice Into the Pond, and how it kind of sounds like I don't know, it sounds like a cheaper set, more hollowed out. The heads are loosened. It kind of gives it that just lazy feel, And I thought about that. Like, maybe I'm trying to tune my drums to sound, like something that they're not. I need to step back and tune them. Let the drums tune themselves.
Yeah,
you know what
listen to them, see what they sound like.
Yeah.
It'd be worth, which it takes forever to tune drums, but it'd be worth it to really kind of experiment with the drum heads that you have. And
I wish drums were like a guitar. Like, I picked up drums, but I played guitar for so long, and you just tune 6 strings, and it's so easy.
Yeah.
But then you look at drums, like, the hell with it.
Takes
Just let them be
forever.
out of tune. I'll just play 'em.
Yeah, because you have to tune the top and the bottom head.
Yeah, plus the idea of moving them. Fuck
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Nobody wants that.
I don't know why anybody in a band is ever a drummer.
So I got a question.
Oh.
Something I was watching Hot Ones, and we watched one with Shaq on there.
Hell yeah.
So here's the question I got.
He's trying to not make a face.
Shaq was an all-time, like, great. I guess he was a sinner?
Yeah.
I don't know. Right?
He was a sinner, yeah.
Okay, sinner.
Look at you with your knowledge.
Yeah, so you have Shaq, right? And he's up there for sinners. Like, when you think of sinners, you think of
sinners?
him. Sinners.
Best sinner in the league.
But, so, when I was younger, everybody, like, even then, everybody
Shaq
was
was the
jacked
shit.
about Jordan.
Shaq. No.
Right? Jordan made this empire that, I mean, is just beyond recognition. Like, this dude, like, millions, sure hit billions already, right? But Shaq shoes were sold in Payless, because we had a shop at Payless and DAV and shit. Why was Shaq shoes like in Payless and then Jordan's was selling for like, you know, $1,000?
Jordan was dope.
Yeah.
But so like
Shaq
everybody
was-
thinks about Shaq too. Like what's
Is it
the,
because no one cares about centers?
No.
It's
Look,
hard
now
to do
I'm
it.
saying
Yeah.
Centers. Centers. People only care about
Centaurs.
forwards. Centaurs.
There's a centaur that'd probably give a shit.
Centaur Jordan.
Can I just get 2 of Shaq's shoes? No, we only
You
sell
have
them
to
in
have
4s.
You have to buy 4. No, it baffled me. I'm like, this is bullshit. Because growing up, I got made fun of because my mom bought me Shaq shoes one time, and nobody was wearing Shaqs. So I was wearing Jordans, and they were retarded looking. Like his shoes were always terrible. Even King Griffey Jr.'s shoes look better than Shaq's shoes.
You gotta
Crazy.
rip on Griff, man.
I'm just saying,
He's not Shaq.
Yeah.
he's not Shaq.
Oh.
I mean, when I think of Shaq, like I don't think Payless, but I kind of do because I grew up and they were in Payless and DAV with the shit.
Maybe there was some kind of contract like behind the scenes or something that was like, you know, we have to give, you know, the normal common person a set of shoes. And since
What if Shaq made more money? What if Shaq made more money selling those at Payless because more people could afford
could
them?
afford them,
And Jordan made less off shoes than Shaq did, and I'm just a piece of shit for bringing it up.
Well, let's just assume that didn't happen because Shaq is peddling Gold Bond while Michael
yeah,
Jordan
Gold
can
Bond,
get
yep.
away with a Hitler mustache. So
That's like
Big
50
difference.
Cent putting out vitamin water. Like, you're a rapper, bro. Putting
that
out
was a good
vitamin
move. I like
he
that
likes
shit.
vitamin water.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I like it. It's
I
good.
did back when it first came out. It just made me laugh, like when I learned who put it out. Like, you
Yeah.
have nothing to do with the health and wellness of the world, but you put out vitamin water.
Maybe he loves water, man.
Dre put out Beats because he produces music. He wanted a better headphone to produce music.
Yeah,
Not fucking vitamin water.
Why has he got a toothbrush empire though?
but everybody
Shut up.
he's
blowing
making
my
this
mind.
shit up. But everybody drinks water.
Shut up. Yeah, that's true.
Everybody drinks water. What?
With
Everyone.
vitamins in it?
Yep.
Vitamins.
Well, no,
as the Brits
not
would
with
say.
vitamins. Yeah, with vitamins in it.
Oh, 50 Cent just putting out straight
everybody
gangster
needs
to
it.
vitamin water.
Yeah, that's
But
gangster.
he is buff too, man. People will be like, if I drink this, am I good at rap? And I'm big as shit.
Am I good at
doesn't
rap?
Diddy have Ciroc?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But
Yeah.
that makes sense because rappers like pour Ciroc on
Rappers
strippers'
I
can
bet
get
titties.
you
drunk,
wouldn't
but
say-
don't revitalize.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
You
I
hate
bet
the
you
game.
wouldn't say this to
Gay.
50 Cent's face.
No,
I bet he
probably-
would.
I would want to know, though.
No,
I think-
probably
What?
not.
No, you're
I would
supposed
wanna
to.
know.
I was going to back you on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would want to know. I'd be like, yo, tell me. I want to know. Because you got to think about, like, what's the profit margin that he made on it? Like, if you made a huge profit, if you made that good.
So,
But I bet you made more profit before people knew vitamin water came out from you, that you put out vitamin water. And then when they found out you put it out, they're like, this is a bullshit product. He's just trying to take our money.
I don't think so. You're so jazzed up about
Hey,
this.
I will
You've
say
brought
something
up
else.
vitamin water and 50 Cent before,
I'm a hater.
though. And
fucking
I don't
hater.
have a problem with it at all. So,
No.
like, he's only allowed to do things like he can produce, like, turntables
Yeah.
and shirts
Yeah.
because they wear shirts
Yeah.
and pants because everybody wears pants.
No, look,
and
time out.
You get
Time
a
out.
bulletproof vest.
The thing is
Yeah.
about vitamin water,
Yeah.
right, is that your body does not absorb it that way. So even with vitamin pills, you may absorb a very small margin of
you're
the
just, like,
vitamins within
pooping
the
out
pill.
the vitamins.
You're just pissing all like
You
it's
do
a
just
$4
pee out a lot of it.
it's a $4
That's
drink
fucked up.
that you're pissing pretty much 99% of the vitamins out of your balls.
But
or
your body does
pee
still
hole, whatever you
absorb
want.
some of it. I mean, that's what, if you look
Tiny
at
bit.
vitamins, there's an amazing amount of whatever vitamin you're taking in it because a lot of it is expended. But your body does absorb some of it. So it still serves its purpose.
I guess. A
Oh,
rapper
he's
putting
defeated.
out music. Yeah. I'm not defeated. I
Look at
still
him. He
stand
can't
by.
even
it.
stand.
It
If
can't even
yo,
stand.
If 50 want to come on the show and explain this to me, have at it, bro.
If anybody out there knows 50 Cent, give us a
Get
call.
that
It's called a business move.
whatever.
Making that money.
I'm gonna just start selling dildos.
You
Dildos.
could.
What are you going to make them out of?
Electrical sockets.
I'm gonna yeah. We're going to melt down copper and I'm going to make them out of copper.
Adam
Dude, how
Ashby's
cool would
fuck
that be?
socket.
Yeah.
Fuck
And for you
socket,
BDSM people, I can hook up an electrical
You
circuit
can
that will
actually
shock your
electrocute 'em.
vagina.
Yeah,
You hear me? Shocking
Definitely.
vaginas.
I love it.
Just burn a hole in that thing.
This is
You know
our
what I mean?
idea. You can't have it as copywritten.
Copyright.
Copyrighted. Copy-
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
I'm on board.
okay, I got a question. So, what is the energy that we call God? You get what I'm saying?
Nobody knows that.
You make it seem like it's going to be a question about, like, do you like Butterfinger or Snickers?
I know, yeah.
What's the foundation of everything? You fucking
I need to
bitch.
know, like, okay, so there's an energy that even, I guarantee you, like, when two dinosaurs were looking at each other, like, yo, there's something bigger than us. But
Yeah, it's a stegosaurus.
that energy has been that energy has been around for the beginning of time, right? There's an energy of which we feel even people who are not religious
Yeah.
they won't pray or anything, but like if they're getting locked up, they're like they'll start praying then and stuff. Like there's an energy to which we believe is God. Everybody.
So is God time? Say he's
Ooh.
existed since the beginning of time, and like before time, there was nothing. There was no God. Bam, time, there's God.
There's God.
Yeah.
Maybe that with time birth.
That's the answer. Next question.
Write that in your history book, you piece of shit. Yeah, man.
No, I don't know, though.
No, I was just listening to Alan Watts before you came in. He was talking about like that energy to which we call God, which I assume is a powerful energy that has been here since the beginning of time. And people just keep looking. And I know a lot of people try to use it as an explanation as to what happens after we die because so many people are fucking scared of it, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of people just believe, like they're baffled at how many universes are out there, and they're baffled at just not universes,
No,
galaxies.
universes too. Yeah. If they
Yeah.
started thinking about universes, if galaxies are fucking them up, think about what that'll do.
Oh, dude. There's a video on YouTube. It starts zooming out from where Earth is, right? And it keeps going. Then it goes to the edge of our universe.
Yes, dude.
And then it pops out of that bubble. And then it just shows you the vastness. But then it shows like another universe full of these
like the
these
little
bulb-
globules.
Oh,
and
you've
shit.
seen it.
Yeah.
Dude, tell me that like that'll blow. It doesn't blow your mind, but it puts you in this like grander space. It's just like,
Yeah.
dude, anything really is possible. Like I'm ready to die to see what happens. Like
I know.
I'm ready to get there. Like you know what I mean? Like do you know what I mean? You see what I'm with
Do
here?
you see?
Can't wait to the day. A little action in this place. You hear me? Crazy
little
stuff.
action.
No, I feel you, dude.
No, but this energy though, so many people try to explain it. Even like the Taoists, where they're like, "Well, we call it Tao, and if you try to explain it, then you're missing the point, right?"
Shut the fuck up, Dow.
Yeah, they're just saying that
Pipe down.
they wrote a whole book saying that we can't explain it, but
They can't all be winners.
so I just, you know what I mean? I'd really like to. I feel like a lot is built on energy. All of our particles in our body are built off energy.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to see this God energy, and I want to slap it in the face.
Maybe
I
you
wanna see
can
this
see
shit,
it.
man.
Maybe you're looking at it right now.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know. I
I'd
wish
say you
I could.
probably
but-
are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
'Cause,
it
you
in
know,
you? It's in us, right? So if
Well, it would
we're all
have to be.
union. Yeah.
Yeah, I just adopted the Kabbalah approach to it.
I just
Okay.
smiled at you for like
It's just a
15
thing.
Oh, I've
seconds
seen
saying you're looking at it, and he didn't even acknowledge me.
Mm-mm. No, I'm just joking. I did see you though. I looked through you, not at you. I'm sorry. I'm zoned out.
No,
a
you're
long
not.
day. It's been a
I'm
long day.
zoned out as he's speaking about this God energy. That's so not zoned out.
I'm on that higher level shit. I'm zoned out.
The weird
That
thing,
makes
dude,
sense, though.
about being in a
you.
relationship so long
Come on.
is that we communicate so often
Yeah.
that if I'm doing something completely, like if I could be writing, listening to lyrics, and watching TV all at the same time, but if she starts talking,
Yeah.
I don't have to be looking at her. I don't really have to be that close to her. And I can hear you. Like, I think my brain, I've been around you so long, and I say so
It
long,
picks
7,
up that
8 years,
frequency.
Yeah.
that it picks it up and it processes it without me fully, like looking. And people, I'm sure that's a cop out for a lot of people, but it just, you know what I mean? I think that we've been around each other so long, and I know you so well that the shit just processes. and you can even, she even asked, are you even fucking listening to me? Like, and then I'll repeat what she said.
Yeah.
I wasn't listening to you, but I took it all in. Yeah. Here's what you said.
Yes.
It's all there. I just think that's crazy. Like, I don't really have to be like really paying attention to actually get what you know what I mean?
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Do you like that?
Is that
I
like,
appreciate that you don't listen to me.
No, it's
Thank
not
you.
listening to you. It's that I can do multiple things, even if I'm not in the room. I know, like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
We conversate in
it's
a
like the
different way.
positive married couple version of syncing up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I think
It's like you guys just have that
it's a different form
thing
of,
there.
it's a graduated
Just shake your head at me.
communication. You know what I
You don't
mean?
know what you guys have. You can't see it.
It's God.
It's God.
I just think like once you're around somebody for so long and in a relationship, eventually like your communication changes. You evolve
Oh, for sure.
just like apes evolved. We evolve. Our relationship, the energy between the two of us evolves.
Yeah.
Yes,
It
I
has
love it.
to.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm just trying to come up with excuses for not listening to you. But either way, right? Sounded good, right?
I was gonna
Poetic.
say I don't need you to like look at me when I talk. I don't need that. We don't even have to be in the same room when we talk. That
What
doesn't
do you
bother me.
need, Sarah?
I just need you to hear me, man.
Oh, I hear you.
All
I
right,
hear you.
then we're good.
No, that's something my dad used to do. My mom, it always killed me.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it always killed me.
Got him.
My dad taught me when I was young. He was like, "Look, you don't ever have to listen to the thing that she says. All you have to do is listen to the last three. All you have to do is be able to recall the last three things, the last three words. So when a woman's like, are you even listening
Don't
to
give
me?
away the secret. What are you doing?
Yeah, that's what you do. You remember though, and you
Women
just repeat
can
the
listen to
three.
this just as easily as everyone else.
Well, dudes that do it are
Can they?
pieces of shit though.
Can they figure it out?
I don't know.
Because I feel like
Probably not.
if she stops in the middle of a conversation, it's like, yo, you're not listening to me. I have to repeat what she said and give the basis to which the conversation is set in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if not, then technically I'm not listening.
Yeah.
Right?
You got to prove you know the foundation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for the guys that do that, there's a lot of dudes that do it. I've noticed
yeah.
there's a lot of dudes that do it.
I think there's a lot of women though who talk just because they want to be
That's
talking.
rough, dude.
And I am not that person. If I don't have anything to say, I'm not talking. I could go days and not talk and be just fine because there's not that much shit happening.
So we're lucky in that sense, though. You know what I mean? That you don't do this because we know people very close to us that talk just to fucking hear their voice, and they need to go kill themselves.
Yeah.
See, I have a stupid thing where
I'm
like
just joking.
Like I'm with you like in the sense I could go days without talking, but then like if I'm in a setting around a bunch of people, like I feel like an asshole like if I don't talk to them.
Yeah.
And then I think if I'm not talking to them, I'm making them think that I hate them, and then they won't do me any favors. So
You're an ass.
You sound like the dudes back in prison. Like they wouldn't talk to you all week, right? But when commissary came in, they'd want to talk, and not only
They're
talk to
your
you, but they
best
want to.
friend.
You need your socks put on your feet. You know,
Yeah.
those type of dudes, like, huh? And then you be like, if you feed into it, then it always comes. They'll talk to you all day for a honey bun.
Yes.
You hear me? Like at the end of an 8-hour conversation, they'll be like, "Hey, can I get a honey bun?" And then it's like
I'm
this
not
is
even
empty.
thinking like in terms of that, because like if they have like a pizza or something, I'm not like, hey man, let me get a piece of that pizza. But if they're like, hey, you want a slice? I'm like, yeah, dude, let me get that.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I don't want to like take any future possible offers off the table by not having meaningless conversations.
So
with
you're doing
people.
it for food. You got your priorities straight. Oh, that's
like
okay.
that. Yeah.
Yes.
Keep yourself fed. You
It's
hear me?
rough.
I don't give a fuck. If I don't feel like talking, I'm not talking. If I want to talk, then I'll talk. I carry my own food on me.
That's
I don't need somebody else's.
That's something too. Like I do the same thing, man. If I don't have shit to say, I'm quiet. I'm done for quiet.
I guarantee there's been a full 24 hours where we haven't spoken. We'll be around each other and nothing's wrong. We just sometimes we don't feel like talking.
Yo, that's so like there's a lot of men and women same way, right? That in those situations they're like, oh, the spark has left, right? When in reality, no, it hasn't. Like you said, the relationship evolves
Yeah, it just
as you
changed.
go. Yeah, it doesn't get worse. It doesn't get bad. It doesn't peter off. You don't lose a flame. It evolves to something better.
Yeah, it's just not the first 3 weeks of a relationship.
Yeah.
We're 8 years in. Let's like fucking keep it going now.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what people want that excitement all the time. To a segue in which I wrote something down, I watched this whole 30-minute video, right, about how to make your life longer.
What are you bored?
Yeah.
Dude,
No.
Do you want us to do backflips, bro?
No, I made a playlist one time where there was a day I didn't say anything to anybody, and I was trying to find it because I wanted to tell you what kind of songs are on.
Oh, that's very neat.
But then
I can't find it
now.
No. No.
The pressure's
Bullshit.
on. I was comfortable. Anyway, yeah.
So it was a whole video, and they talk about like we have whole businesses built on giving us more years on our life. The entire medical community, right, is built around giving us more time in life so that they can take more money from us, all this shit. Anyways, that's an entirely different subject. The thing
Existence is bankable.
What makes your life long, right? How to make your life the longest possible.
Just make it terrible.
Right.
It'll seem like forever.
No, man. No, dude. So the thing that makes life, if you're wondering like how can I make the most out of my life, right? And you're worried that you're not doing enough in your life. The thing that makes life longest, they did a huge study on it, dude. Huge study. Very long study on it. Very long, huge, big,
Are you being
study.
sincere, or is this a joke?
No, I'm being sincere. Okay, the key to a long life is novelty, right? Because the first 10 years of our life are the longest 10 years of our life. We feel like it's the longest 10 years of our life. Time passes the same, but you've had those days where 4 hours feels like 10 minutes and 10 minutes feels like 3 days, right? Yeah. So time differs to what you're doing. And novelty, doing things that are new, that 1 through 10 is when you do the most new stuff. Like, you're seeing apples for the first time and going to school for the first time.
I've never heard a fart.
Shitting your pants for the first time.
Publicly.
Yeah. But, okay,
or in the bed.
Yeah, or in the bed. So the thing that and they say as you get older, like from 10 to 20, it went pretty long. I mean, you had school and all that, and then but 20 to 30, like shit, you look back at it, it kind of went fast. And then you talk to older people with all the regret, and they're like, dude, once you hit 40, like it's like night and day. Like one day you're 40, one day you're 100, right? But the thing that makes the most, if you do more new things in life that challenge you, that you've never done before and all that, you will feel physically like your life is longer, even if you die at 60, right? Where if you lived at 70, because what happens is that reticular activating system, that where you're doing a routine every day, you're going to work, you're coming home, or you're playing game. That routine, whatever it is that you do every single day, makes life go faster. Because your brain is just ticking by.
Autopilot.
Yeah. It's just like driving on the highway. You ever drove on the highway for like an hour drive and you don't remember it? You ever done that? Yeah.
Yes.
Like, what the fuck?
Absolutely.
Where did I just come?
Like how did I get to this place?
I don't even remember the roads that got me here.
Mm-hmm.
And then you realize you're 7 beers in, and it makes complete sense.
I hope I didn't kill anybody.
I get it. Yeah. But you get what I'm saying? So it's just like that, but in a grander scale. And that's why, a lot of those 70-year-olds, they look back and they're like, what have I done with my life? And it's because that they never did anything new. They did the job.
I spent the last 30 years of my life porch whittling.
It's a slow played life. But yeah, that system in your brain that gets you in a routine and you can do it without even thinking. Most of those people that never do anything new look up and are like, damn, dude, it flew by.
Disappointed that they didn't do anything else.
So the key to a long life is novelty. Always putting something new into your habits. Or always learning something.
What do you think a good, time frame would be for that? Because if you overwhelm yourself, it's going to be bad. But
But would it? How do you know when you're
overwhelmed with new stuff? Eventually, it's like you don't have any routine. You need some.
Oh, you need some.
So yeah, I mean, if you wake up, like if you just have like a car and you just drive all the time and you don't have any routine at all, then you're gonna lose your mind.
Yeah.
So
I got you. Yeah. So you have to have something.
Like, should have like 3 new things a week, maybe.
I can see it. Yeah, I wouldn't say something new every day.
I wonder if the study actually addressed that. I would say even less than that would be.
I don't think the study physically like brought that to light. Like, what should you
Fuck
do?
the study. What do you think, Adam Ashby?
And then each person is like is different, so it would vary person to person. If you did 3 things a day that were new, and that's what you needed, like okay.
I'm trying to basically find the food pyramid for novelty.
Yeah.
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 So everybody's body's different, but you should probably eat your vegetables.
Well, fucking research it and find it yourself.
I just heard about this.
Yeah. What? And
this is novel to me.
Oh, look, you're doing it right now.
Long your life, bro.
Done. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Give me a honey bun.
Yeah.
Give a motherfucker a honey bun, cut.
Yes.
If it ain't got icing, it ain't going in me.
But
right.
I just thought I think that's interesting, and more
It
people
is.
need to do new stuff, especially in a relationship, because you get in that thing like but even like us building the company, I feel like that's a new thing.
Yeah.
Right.
It very much is.
So that these years have ticked by just a little slower because we're learning, we're fumbling, we're fucking shit up, and
Well, and then even me leaving the company and coming to work just strictly the 2 of us together is a new thing. So you got the new company, which is a new thing, and then me coming on is a new thing. So everything's different now. We work differently together than we did before, for sure.
Yeah, I would say just picking out like new shit. Even like if you're playing a game, like pick out a new song to listen to. I mean, do any like something different. Like sit on the bed, not the chair, or chair, not the bed, whatever. Stand on your head for all I care. Just do something.
Just do something,
Not
man.
you specifically.
You.
I'm
You're both
speaking to the
looking at
audience.
me.
Do something.
This hurts.
It's cute. Man, I tell you what, I'm ready for some teriyaki chicken all up in me.
I like it.
You down
I
for
want
it?
some shit in
Are we
me.
down for it?
You
Is
want
this
me
what
to
we're
shit
doing,
in
bro?
you?
Shit in me.
Shit in you.
Are we doing this?
Yeah.
Man, that was episode 55. Yeah, 55.
It was a very
People need
funny
to-
episode. I cried 3 times from laughter, so thank you guys for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Hopefully we get somebody else out there crying.
I think a guest that I want most on here
Yeah.
is DJ Paul.
Who's
3-6 Mafia.
Ah.
3-6.
I absolutely agree with that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if anybody knows DJ Paul, and I'm sure some of you do,
Yeah.
get him in here.
At least 5 of you do. Yeah.
was-
DJ Paul's all over.
I forgot what philosopher I was listening to the other day, but he brought up 3-6 Mafia for some reason. I'll have to figure that out and put that in the comments. There was a reason. It was one of the lines in one of their songs, and he broke it down. Like the philosopher broke that line down. I'm like, how could you look at their music and their lyrics and be like, yo, this is some philosophical
was it Cornel
shit.
West?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
I'll have to look it up.
I don't know if it was or not, but
Yeah,
it just seems like I could see him doing that. And it
I'll
would
write
be
that down,
completely
though.
natural.
Swear I was listening to something the other day and they brought up 3-6 Mafia also.
Hell
And
yeah.
I wasn't listening to 3-6
That's the
Mafia.
third reference to 666.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if y'all are out there, you can all come on. Come on. Hell yes.
Yeah.
We need to have Michael Kimberger on again too.
Yeah, I
Oh
miss that
man,
guy.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try to get him on for next week.
Unless he
Holla.
listens, then fuck him. But yeah, I miss him.
But I think he does. But Michael, hey.
What up, Mike?
Holla.
Cool, man. Well, that was another episode of Wildly Uninteresting. We appreciate everybody listening. If you're new, like I said, hit the subscribe, like, do whatever. I don't give a shit what you do. Just do it, Thank you
Yes.
for listening.
Shit, but do it.
I'm going to go eat something, take a motherfucking nap, yo.
You're going to go to bed because
I'm
it's...
tired,
Eat
cuz.
shit, do
9.
up.
Do we need a license to do this shit? Scat, 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 scat,
Wildly
scat.
Uninteresting podcast.